Hello and welcome. We have today a used van. It is a Nexxo Time T660, 30th edition, Burstner. Came out, I think it was 2016 it came out, but this only is from June 2017. It's only got just over 14,000 on the clock, and it's 669 centimeters in length, 275 in height, width is 230, and so it's 3.5 ton basis. I think there's in excess of 400 kilos of payload, if I memory serves me correctly. It might not. If you're interested, by the way, that's where you've got to contact. You don't contact me. I'm not selling the thing. It's 47,000. This is the equipment it's got in it. I won't go through all of that. It does have the extra thing is a TV Oyster, a navigation system, climate control. It's got alu wheels. It's got a large fridge. So it's I wouldn't call it a lounge on wheels because it's a bit more than that. The lounge isn't so big, and it's got an interesting side door. One thing it really does stand out though, although as it's only used for 14,000 kilometers, is its condition, which is really quite impressive. It looks, I think it looks very nice inside. Now a side bed is something when you're a bit young, you might think, oh, I don't need something like that. But as you get older, you probably might think, oh, that's an easy thing to get into. So I prefer that. And bearing in mind that most people who actually travel by motorhome are, let's put it there, sort of, they're older than me anyway, let's put it that way, mainly. Right, there's only one plug hole here, but it's in the center and it's profiled, it goes down, so I think that's quite a good thing. Although when you use the toilet, and if it's the floor's still wet, and let's face it, the floor is wet for some time after using the van, then you will need a duck board, and I don't know if they are available for this vehicle or not. I mean, it just does not used at all, this thing. So, what was it used for before? So it does say first hand, 3 years, 14,000 kilometers. Well, I mean, I don't use things very often myself. Many people don't use space. I live in a van. I don't really do many kilometers. Okay, since 2017, I've done 25,000. But in my own van, having said that, I've been using other people's vans as well. But so what was it getting used for? Did it just stand on the drive or in some garage somewhere, and it wasn't used at all? You often find with vans is that people sort of buy them, think they're going to take the grandkids out, and the grandkids don't want to come out. Then they think, oh, I can't be bothered with all this camping log. After all, I'll just go to hotels. So it's often cases like that. I met somebody a couple of weeks ago who had a wonderful Cartago Highliner, and it was almost new when he bought it, and the reason was he bought it from somebody who had an accident, fell out of the van, and that person was unable to use it any longer, and so they got it for a very reasonable price. 4-year-old Highliner with only about 5,000 kilometers on the clock, and it was utterly immaculate. Although I think that was because they kept it in such fantastic condition. It was really embarrassing when they came out to my van and saw the mess I had inside. Anyway, so it says larger fridge. And I'll show you up here as well. So there's some reasons to buy. I always say buy a used van. In any case, the thing about buying a used van is that first of all, you've got it. You won't have to wait for it, unlike a new one. Although occasionally there's places like people who are based in this place who buy vans on spec because there's such waiting times, and then they can sell immediately. it's a bit risky buying anything on spec, of course. If the market were to change or something. Although it doesn't look likely at present. I'm sure the banks are only too pleased to actually finance things bought on spec. Right, you've got this amazingly large table which will come out even further should you so require. On the negative point, which I need to point out, is that the floor is not flat here. Even the curtains, everything looks so new. So what's the difference between this van and the price difference between this van today and the price difference when it was new? Now I'm certain I'll have this on my website, maybe from 2017 or 2018, and so you could see, but this doesn't really give much information because the cost is in the equipment, is in here. And so that is where, so you can't show a base price here because there isn't a base price. There's already had this stuff which has been added to it. Right, what I would point out, there's the garage. How about I show you a couple more vans in the same price range? That's 47,000, and that's pretty new. And we've got a death lefts here, but this death lefts, a death lefts Advantage, so it's the same price range approximately, 45,000. But this thing here is from August 2014. You can see these in more detail. I've actually filmed it separately. Comes with an oven. Right, we've got an Adria here, which are 38,500, and this thing here is from May 2013. I'll go in under protest. I don't think there's any comparison between this and the Burstner. It's also a different manufacturer because the others I'm going to show are from Erwin Group. Here's another Burstner 6-meter van, Harmony line. This thing here is from August 2018. And it is, sorry, September 2018, 20,000 kilometers on the clock. So this is 48,000. It's got a bed up there, and it's got a rear washroom here. Kitchen around the side here. Only 6 meters. And same price, not quite same category, is this Heimer here, 46,000, but there's 140,000 kilometers on the clock. It is from March 2012. Bed over the cabin, single bed at the back. Garage accessible from the inside. Toilet looks as though it hasn't been used. And it's 8 years old. So, and these are the vans around me. They're new ones. So, right. So, I hope you found that of interest. If there's anything you want to see in more detail, I've tried to film all the used ones as much as I could, and So, but anyways, write it down what you want to see. And so, thanks so much for watching. And if you found that of interest, please do consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Give it a like, because that actually helps me. And the more help I get, then the more things I can actually do. And if you get any benefit, do consider also support on Patreon. Thank you very much.